Hello, internet friends. Happy Monday. Bon dia. Good start of the week. Oh, look at this. This is pre-Tesla. There's there's my Camry sitting in the driveway, and no Tesla charger in the corner. So wow, that seems like so long ago. This was March. But congratulations, everyone. This is the last horizontal stabilizer video. Yay, yay me. Next, we're gonna start working on the elevator, but first we gotta finish this thing up. So again, I'm just riveting the skin on to the spars, and it's just a long process of sticking little tiny AN 426 3.5 sized rivets countersunk into the skin, the spar there. So anyway, that's if you've never built a fans aircraft before, then there's all different kinds of size of rivets and all different kinds of terminology to learn. So going back to the topic of Tesla for a second, Elon, where is my Cybertruck? Don't get me wrong. I'm liking the Model 3. But is the Model 3 a Lexus? Not really. Is it an Acura? No, not really. Like, the technology is more, but the comfort and quality is not as much. I don't even know if it meets the Camry. Like, I would say it's better than a Corolla. Right? It's better than a Corolla. Actually, it's probably better than my Camry. I will, because my Camry has, cloth seats and blah 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 blah. So it's better than, it's probably like the sport model Camry, right? The Model 3 interior quality. I mean, obviously the technology and speed and blah 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 is faster and better. But what I really want is my Cybertruck. Like, I had to load. So for my bike trip, I drove to Flagstaff. I loaded the bike in the truck, drove to Flagstaff, because one, my COVID shot, second COVID shot wiped me out, and I was like, oh, I don't know if I can get on this bike and ride out to meet my buddies in Colorado, which is probably a 8-hour ride, right? Like, that's 8 hours of riding. So anyway, I was like, I'll ride 4 hours out to Flagstaff in the truck, and then I can ride for 4 hours. But it ended up being like, I could have made that ride fine. That wouldn't have been a big deal. But anyway, so putting the bike in the truck, not a big deal, right? Because of the way my driveway is, there's a giant slope, so it's actually really low effort. But when I got back to Flagstaff, where I parked the car at the airport, or the truck, and I thought that was going to be good because I could leave the truck there, it'd be safe. It's not like leaving it in a Walmart parking lot, right? Then I'd come back and there would be no truck. So anyway, I parked at the airport. So when I got back, then I had to load the bike into the truck, and I wasn't confident enough to ride the bike up the ramp into the truck. So I was like, okay, well, let me walk it up. So I started the bike, tried to walk it up. It just, the pain of trying to get it up the steep ramp into the truck. I'm so excited for load mode of the Cybertruck. Like, that's the feature I really want. Self-driving, okay. Like, autopilot is a gimme at this point, but like load mode, that'll be a game changer for me. I can just walk and built-in ramp. Load mode, built-in ramp. I want my Cybertruck. I don't care how it looks. Like, the looks for me, I'm sure it'll grow on me, but I'm just like, whatever. But a truck that I can basically tip over and then walk a bike up, like that's what I want. Just give it to me. I want it right now. I don't want to wait 2 years. And you can have my Model 3 back. Like, anyway, that's enough Tesla. Speaking of bikes, I have been looking at a dual sport because I want to go ride in the dirt a little more. It's kind of like a Kit Fox, right? You learn how to fly a 172, and you're like, oh, I want to go fast. And then you're like, okay, I'm going to buy a Mooney, right? Or some other fast plane. And then you're like, okay, well, I don't need enough you know, to carry all these people, because I don't usually only end up flying by myself. So then I want to go fast, but in a two-seater, and maybe fly upside down. But then you're like, oh, but I could go slow. I could land in the dirt. So maybe I need like a Kit Fox or a Sportsman or something like that. You know, that's the evolution of all things, right? So camping on the bike, adventure riding is cool, but I'm like, oh, doing more technical stuff would be fun. So I've been looking at dual sports. Currently got my eye on either the Kawasaki KLX 300 or the Honda has a CRF 300 or even the 450. But I could basically get two 300s for the price of the 450. So I'm like, and I don't really need two 300s, but I do need like three 100s for three boys, right? So that's my thought process there. So been looking at dual sports and dirt bikes to get into that. Well, I'm trying to finish building this plane, right? So keep going back and forth on should I not? But I mean, I'll wait till the fuselage kit gets here, and I mean the fuselage kit will take me probably 6 months to build, and in between there's Osh and things might happen in Osh, so we'll see. Oh, and here's my son helping finish up the horizontal stabilizer. Like I said, this is the last horizontal stabilizer video. So excited to get onto the elevators because that's where I am in real time. And looking forward to finishing that, then getting the fuselage built so the kids can actually sit inside the plane and make airplane noises, and maybe they'll get excited. And then, maybe I'll go get my CFI so I can start teaching them how to fly. That's really my motivation to get my CFI. So I can get my kids to maybe I can get them to get their CFI, and that'll pay for their college. I'll be like, look, I'm not paying for your college, but you can CFI through college. That's probably not a good plan. That's, well, who knows? That'll be, what, 5-10 years from now? Oh, the cycle will end, right? So 10 years from now, definitely we'll have another thing that causes air travel to get disrupted. So, yeah, I guess that's not a good plan. I guess I better pay for my kid's college. Anyway, thanks to my kid for helping finish this out. And actually, little fingers are pretty useful for putting the little rivets in the little holes. I gotta say, if you're building a plane, you should find a kid or mentor a kid or something. They're really useful to get those tiny rivets in the hole. Anyway, hope everyone has a great week. In the next video, we're going to elevators. Here we go.